Pokemon 151 is going to be a huge set, a lot like Celebrations. Initially I was thinking, oh, it's just going to be mainly for collectors. There's not going to be a whole lot of spiciness in this set. As far as sheer power goes, we have some really nice looking cards. The Mew EX looks pretty good. It does what Mew's been doing for years and years. And we even have that Giovanni supporter that looks like it's going to see some play. But yesterday, a very interesting card within this set was revealed, and I thought about it all evening. And the more I thought about it, the more I'm convinced that it is the next big gimmick card. And I love a gimmick deck. And that card is Onix, a Pokemon that's not really seen any love in quite a while, just because the focus is always on what it evolves into, Steelix. But in this set, Onix is not going to have a Steelix. They're focusing only on the original 151. And boy did they do right by Onix this time. We're going to completely ignore that 100 damage for 4 energy. It's garbage. We're never going to use it. Instead, we're going to focus on that 2 energy attack. For 2 colorless energy, a very easy attack cost to pull off, Thumping Avalanche. Discard the top 5 cards of your deck. This attack does 80 damage for each Pokemon with a retreat cost of exactly 4 discarded in this way. And at first you may look at this and go, yeah right, good luck pulling that off. Why would you mill yourself just for the chance to discard a Pokemon that has a retreat cost of 4? That's very specific. Well, gimmick players do not care how specific it is. Just look at how well Night March did. That was purely gimmick players going, I want to make this weird mechanic work, and it did. Night March was an amazingly fun deck to play. I was a Night March player, was delighted to see it show up on the World Championship stage. But back to Onix. This is what the initial deck list is most likely going to look like. You're going to have 4 Onix in there, of course. 4 copies of Double Turbo Energy, that way you can use this attack on your first attacking turn. Maybe a few other energy just in case those Double Turbos get prized. And then you're looking at 48 to 52 Stage 1 and Stage 2 Pokemon that have a retreat cost of 4. So you're just chucking in playsets of stuff like Steelix and Rhyperior. That way, you guarantee that you're always going to start the game with Onix in the active position. You don't want to be playing cards like Snorlax. Even though Snorlax has a retreat cost of 4, you don't want to have to start the game with it. You want to have that Onix out of the gate, so you load your deck full of the Stage 1 and Stage 2 Pokemon. That way you can just mulligan, 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 give your opponent all the extra draws. It's not going to matter. As long as you get the 2 energy onto Onix, you're basically guaranteed to be dealing 380 damage per turn. Enough to knock out anything in the game, especially on turn 1 or 2. It's a little bit busted, and I love it. It's been a hot minute since the game has seen a consistently strong Donk deck. And of course, a deck with 50 Pokemon in it is not going to be the final competitive build. It's going to take some time for people to try some new things out with it, see what works from future sets, to get this deck's consistency to a competitively viable level. And I have seen people already kind of deck crafting using 4 retreat cost basic Pokemon to support the Onix, like Dondozo and Snorlax. That's not really where my head's at the moment, just because I think that overly complicates the deck. That could lead you to waste a couple turns. You'd have to mix in some more switching cards, some different energy types, and then that really messes up the consistency of Onix's ability to just mill 5 big chunky Pokemon off the top of your deck. If you have other energy cards and trainers in there, it's going to make it way less likely and divert away from the point of dealing 380 damage every turn. But maybe I'll eat my words and Onix Dondozo becomes the big version of this deck. I never would have guessed that the number 1 card I was excited about going into Pokemon 151 would be Onix. That could also change. The full reveal is coming soon. Once the full set is spoiled, we will be talking about it on the channel, so stay tuned for that. Let me know down in the comments what you think about this Onix. Are you as excited as I am to build an Onix Donk deck? This one card might actually get me back on TCG Live just to see how annoying it can be. Also, be sure to leave your own deck tech ideas down in the comments section. Thanks again for watching all the way to the end, and I will see you next video. Bye.